Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now this video you're about to see, it was all done and dusted, edited, ready to rock and roll. I had it ready to drop last week. No, sorry, on Sunday. I was ready to upload this until I looked at my YouTube stats on Friday and saw that was at 998 subscribers. And I thought, right, I'm going to hit 1,000 this weekend, so I need to rework this intro because, yeah, Saturday morning I was at 1,001 subscribers, and it's slowly going up, which is really good to see, and thank you very much to all those that are subscribing. Now this episode, this focuses on a little bit of a rebuild on a project that Simon bought. He's a little bit of a shopaholic when it comes to auctions, and he buys what he likes. He's a bit of a petrol head, so this one is a 1930s styled after 1930s BMW Cyclecar. Basically, people make them in the sheds, and this clearly was made in a shed. And there's a picture of it here. Now it's got motorcycle wheels on all four corners. The drums have been removed from the wheel assemblies, and it runs a disc brake on the rear. That's going to get located into the engine bay. It's going to get a reverse gearbox fitted, and just generally toughen things up, because a little bit of a play in the yard. We realised that the steering was not up to the job. It had very poor steering to start with, so we changed the geometry of the front axle assembly. That helped a little bit, but then the actual stub axles were bending because they're only made out of 10mm threaded rod. So at the root of that 10mm threaded rod, you're looking at about a 7mm thickness of steel. I've beefed them up to 17mm, put new bearings in all the wheels, and hopefully you can see exactly what work's going into it from this video. A lot has changed, and fingers crossed when this is all done and dusted, it's going to be a million times better. But as always, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that like button, and yeah, enjoy the video. So there's the car, front end is off and sat on the table over here. So the old stuff is next to the new stuff. These are the old stub axles, which are really poor, and this one's actually got a piece of tin wrapped around the threaded part of the axle. New axles are upgraded by a good 10mm in extra thickness in that axle portion, and beefed up control arms as well. Now these tabs here, this one compared to this one, massive difference. So yeah, all nice new steel, nice new welds. Should do a treat. So when it comes to the new steering here, it is not all finished up yet. I've still got to just fine tune some of the details. Some of the rose joints aren't fitting, and the steering's not quite as nice as I want it to be. So I'm going to actually tackle the steering column as well and make this perfect. So one of the things what to do here is what to make a new pedal box. Now the original throttle pedal, it really was post-apocalyptic. It is janky. It's made out of 1-inch box section, and yeah, not very good. So decided to make a new pedal box, because we also wanted to move the brake assembly from the side mounted onto a floor mounted pedal, foot operated, so you can maintain control of the steering wheels while braking. And yeah, this is just me throwing it all together now. Okay, now to get these dropped in. Now it's got a nice wide footprint here to spread the load across the entire base of this car. It's made out of MDF, so it's not the strongest of materials. Get some nice big washers on the back of these bolts, possibly even add some more bolts. Now the pedals, they operate either side of the steering column. That has been replaced as well, because that also was janky, but that's all been done off camera. And yeah, the idea was to move the brake internally and also create a better throttle position. Now the original throttle pedal was probably 6 inches closer to the driver, which made it a little bit awkward to operate. Now this is a nice leg length away. Short and tall people should be able to reach this one easy enough. There's enough room in there for your knees to get onto these pedals, so it's all good. Using the existing hydraulic master cylinder off the brake, which was relocated from the outside to the inside, and the reservoir is fastened up on the side there. Not the easiest to access, but it should work a treat. And then yeah, I just think these have got such a nice feel, nice action, nice little cut out feet on the end of it. Just really finish this one off. Okay, so I'm deep diving into the carburetor here. I'm not a massive expert on carburetors. I've had a little bit of success with them in the past, but a lot of it is just down to taking things apart, cleaning and putting back together again. Yeah, strip clean, reassemble. It's a method that was taught to us in the army, really, when we're cleaning weaponry and things like that. So it's as long as you understand where things go. And a really good thing is videoing how you take things apart, because if you ever need to refer back to where things go, you can always watch your footage back. That's a real reason why a lot of people do this videoing of dismantling things. Now the carburetor, it's a simple one. This, you don't have to remember how many turns you've taken jets out or anything like that. There's no real screws to undo here, so the only screw really is the throttle adjustment screw, which I'd already wound all the way in because I couldn't get this engine running properly. So I'm just going through now and I'm cleaning all the passageways out. So using a combination of an aerosol brake cleaner and compressed air, just cleaning every passageway, cleaning all the jets out, cleaning, yeah, it's just cleaning. I don't know how many times I've said that now, but yeah, it's just a little bit of Scotch-Brite here just to clean up the jets, blowing them through with the brake cleaner, and again blowing them through with the compressed air, just making sure if air can pass through, liquid can pass through, so it should all be good. Hopefully I won't have to replace these jets, so just give them a rod out, a good poke through, making sure all the holes are clean and clear, and fingers crossed this should do the trick. If needs be, might need to consult somebody who knows a little bit more about carburetors than I do. We don't know if this thing ever ran properly in the first place, but hopefully this strip clean reassemble that I've done on the carburetor now should allow it to work. Clean the fuel filter out as well. Okay, so next step is moving on to the gearbox. Now, well, say gearbox is just a reverse box. Now I've had this item here sat in my eBay cart for years now. Yeah, I've really been wanting to put this on a loco. and this seemed like a really good way of doing it. I've just never really had a project for it yet until this car rolled in. Now, to say this thing lacks instructions would be an understatement. Now, this is a Vivor product, and that is the instructions, which is basically just a picture of the bits, assembled position, which doesn't really tell you a lot, a shopping list, tells you what it's suitable for, and it sends you off to a video produced by Carbon Cameras. Now that's like a 5-6 year old video, and it didn't help. Luckily, because of my fab skills that I have, I was able to come up with what you're going to see next. And yeah, I will try and talk you through some of it if I can. But yeah, a little bit of a montage. I have changed the orientation of the torque converter. The torque converter was off to the rear of the engine, so the engine is going to be flipped through 180 degrees, and the torque converter is going to be positioned towards the cylinder end to properly mount this gearbox, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all going to work well. Enjoy this bit. Okay, so that's a wrap on this video. Moving forward next week, I've got brakes to finish off, got throttle to finish off, got to get the engine in, get it fastened down to the axle and get it connected to the axle, get the axle spinning again. I've ordered some parts to make an exhaust. Probably not going to be able to do that this week, but I want to get this thing back on its wheels so it can be moved out of the way and I can get on with some real work. But yeah, it's been a nice little learning curve, and hopefully it's been nice to watch. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.